Happy Easter everyone, welcome to Cooking with Mondy. Today we're going to be making an Easter bunny cake. First we need to wash our hands though.
That was Connie Barton.
Okay, so if you think back to the first Cooking with Kids Monday class I did, then I made cupcakes. This is going to basically be the same recipe. So just imagine that. So first we have to get the ingredients. So, if you can see that there, we have
Hold it up.
125 grams of butter, or if you have it, margarine. Fancy. And then 125 grams of sugar, preferably caster sugar because it's a lot better. And then 140 grams of self-raising flour. And then we need 2 eggs. And we need 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So that's just a quick recap. Butter, caster sugar, self-raising flour, eggs, and cocoa powder. I will give you a couple of minutes to get that. Okay. So now we're going to start by getting some butter. It can be any type of butter, don't mind. Fresh pack of butter. So the way I do this is I take 2 spoons, scoop butter on one. So remember, we're looking for 125 grams, so if you have a weighing scale like mine, that should be just about there. So we're going to take this, put that in, try and get big scoops, very big scoops, or as big as you can.
And you can use butter or margarine, yeah?
Yes. If you have margarine, feel free to use it. If you don't, use butter. And should just about 1 more big scoop, and that's the butter done. Okay, so that should be about enough butter. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the butter, put it in your big bowl that you're going to use. Put it back. Next we're going to take the caster sugar. Open this up. And we're going to do the same amount again. Boom. Caster sugar is a lot easier to use. Then we're going to take the caster sugar. And just make sure these are fully in. Okay, then, after you've got in the butter and caster sugar, we're going to bring that together. Now, we're going to bring that together. If you don't have to use one of these. If you don't have one of these, feel free to just use like
Fork or something.
a fork, a stand mixer, whatever you have available. And just knead the butter and sugar together.
What sort of consistency does it need to be?
It needs to be nice, light and fluffy, very creamy. It doesn't have to be extremely creamy, but it does have to be like nice and fluffy, I'd say. So we're about halfway done here. I would suggest adding a small dash of just water. So you could just absorb it. Add some in. And get back to mixing. So as you can see, the butter is now very good. So the next drink that we are having is 140 grams. Remember, that's not 125, it's 140 grams, and the bowl's not there, of self-raising flour. Self-raising, remember that. You could use bread flour if you want like a doughy one. I don't recommend that. That's really good. Okay, so we're going to take the flour and then put this in, if it will go in. And then we're going to add in the 2 eggs. I drew on my eggs because Easter. And then this might be a bit interesting, but we're going to take a teaspoon of cocoa powder. And we're going to take about that much. So just a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, maybe a little bit more, of cocoa powder. And then, if you're using a mixer like me, set it on the lowest setting so the flour doesn't absolutely poof and destroy everything. And then it should start coming together, and then it should start looking like this. So it should start looking like weird cocoa-y cocoa puffs. Thank you. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. So then it's a lot more creamy and will actually go in more. Very good. It's currently looking very good now, but definitely needs more water. So then we're just going to, oh, it's getting stuck in my mixers. We're going to put in quite a bit more water. It's currently actually looking very good. Might take it up a little notch. So it should look a bit icky. Right, a bit like that. But then that is completely fine. It should definitely look like that.
It's looking good.
So if it looks like very squitty poo, then it's fine.
Nice.
Alright, that looks about good. There. Right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to fold baking powder. So what we are going to do is you're going to rip off a big sheet of baking paper, and then you're just going to fold it in half like this, okay? And then you're going to fold it in half again, and then so it's like this. Imagine you're folding a wrap, fold it into a triangle, crease that out. And then this bit is a bit for kids, so I'm going to get my mum to do it, just to showcase this. Perfect. And then when it looks like this, I'm going to take it again, bam, it should look like that.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! Then we're going to take this, bam, baking powder. Boom. We're going to put this on. We're going to put this on. Just shove it in. It should go in very easily. Have it go in around the sides like this. Okay, there we go. Now we are going to take some drop some in. And I found that honestly the best way of doing this is to use your hand. Or you could use one of these and just do this.
And that's going to do what? That's going to stop the cake from sticking to the paper, yeah.
This is extremely hard. We're going to take this. Make sure you get it completely everywhere as well. So like completely all round the sides as well, so that the sides don't stick. Sides. Okay, that should be good. And before you take any more steps, wash your hands again. Not just because of recent events, but also you kind of need to. Put some soap in as well. Wash your hands. Okay, once that's done, so that is now done. So what we're going to do is, so the batch that we've just made is, it's cut quite small. It's not a massive batch. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it, maybe take get it just another spoon out. I'm gonna take the bowl, and then we're just gonna pour it all in. Get it all in. All of it needs to go in. If you made a slightly bigger batch, that's completely fine. You can just save some and make cupcakes. Go in. Get all of that nice and in. And then it should look like that. So as you can see, I haven't got all of it in because there's still a bit of things. And then we're gonna move all of it. So then you're gonna get as much as possible in. Okay, so now that's about done. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna smooth that out of it. Give it a quick mix around. Completely spread it out. Okay, now that looks about good. So now we're going to take this. The oven has been preheating on 180 degrees for 14 minutes. And if my dog will move, we're going to take this oven mitt. Just put it in. And then set it for 14 minutes. That is the hour setting. There we are. Now, whilst that's going, we're just going to this is a cake I made earlier. So what you're going to do is you're going to, once you've got it out, cut it in half. So there, cut it in half.
What are you doing here? This is how you're going to make a bunny rabbit, right?
That's how we're going to make the bunny rabbit. So we're going to take this. As you can see, it's been cut in half. Now, you can either use icing for the full cake, jam for the full cake. I don't like jam, and I really like icing, so I'm going to use jam for half of it, and icing for the other half. So we're going to take the icing.
You can make your own icing, I suppose.
You can make your own icing by just taking butter and icing cream and just using one of these to bring it together, or a fork, and so it's nice and creamy. So we're going to use one side of this. We're going to use very lovely, nice, very lovely buttercream. You can be generous with the icing. I love icing, favourite part of the cake. So we're just going to, that's looking really good so far. It's looking extremely good. Okay, so now we're going to use the butter. And now we're going to use this. So I'm just going to get my mum to open this, and we're going to, yeah, you can just put that in a second now. So we're going to take the jam. I don't know what jam this is, it looks really bad.
Raspberry, I think.
It's raspberry jam, okay. We're going to get it. Whoa. Get all the jam nice and warm. Okay, so that should be about enough there, because jam is, I don't know. Okay, then we're going to put that there. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to actually take it, one like this, like that, and stick it together like this. Bam, just like that. Stick it together. Then you're going to take it and put it like this, okay? Then you're going to cut a little bit. As you can see, you're going to cut a little bit out, just like, yeah, and then just like this. There you go. So just take a little bit like this, and then we're going to put it here. That's going to be the tail, and then this is going to be the head. And then we're going to take so then we have to get that.
That's made the tail, right?
Yeah, that's made the tail. That is, yeah, so that's made the tail, and then if you want, and then I'm gonna get Mama to do it because I've just figured out. There we are.
And there's a lesson to be learnt there, isn't there, about sharp knives?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you explain what's happening now.
So what my mum is doing is she's icing the full cake, and then, that's moving heavily. So she's icing the full cake.
Yeah.
And then after she's done, we're going to take the end that is going to be the head.
Yeah.
And have it.
And
we're going to cut out, and then you can cut out some ears. I've already had some here. And then maybe you could get your mum to do that, or your dad, or you could do it yourself if you're good with scissors.
Mhm.
And then once you've done that, you can maybe use raisins to decorate the face and all of that.
To make a nose or eyes, I guess.
Yep, to make a nose or eyes. It doesn't have to look exactly like the representation that we have there.
Okay.
Okay. I don't like raisins. I'm quite fussy. So, what we're going to
All right.
do.
So then what?
So
Ears.
then we're going to put the ears on, and then you can use raisins to decorate. So then we can use raisins to decorate the eyes.
And there you have.
And there you have a bunny! Happy
bunny
Easter,
cake.
everyone!
Well done, thank you.
Bye!
Bye.